How can the government commit billions of pounds to improve the transport links between Oxford and Cambridge, yet cannot afford to electrify rail tracks between Manchester and Leeds?
Of course, there's HS2, which also has an impact, and there's Crossrail in London. Marnie Millard.
Oh, I just knew you were going to come to me on this one. OK, well, I live on the outskirts of Huddersfield, and I work over near Warrington, so I do the wonderful commute that is the M62 every day. From a personal point of view, if I have a meeting in Manchester, I should be able to take the view I can pop on the train and be in the centre of Manchester in 30 minutes. However, I very routinely prepare to go at least 2 trains before the one I need to catch because they're regularly cancelled. So, again, you're probably getting a sense from me that's something I feel very passionate about. Again, it's a constant, it's the second theme in terms of infrastructure around the North West Regional Council. I have to say it's a little bit more fruity when we start talking down in central London, and sometimes I'm not awfully popular, but...
What do you tell them?
I tell them that we do not.
You don't have to use the expletives.
No, never. It's always very proper. Our view up here in the northwest is that HS2 is not value for money. So I'm not talking about whether it's right or wrong. Today we had Transport for the North receive statutory powers, which is good, but it's just simply part of the process we need to go through. We really need infrastructure improvements and spend going trans-pennine. There is absolutely no question or answer other than that.
From here, do you think that governments are very London-centric, southeast-centric, and they regard the northwest, the northeast as sort of distant countries in this respect?
Yes.
You do. Tracy Brabin.
Well, I absolutely agree with what we've been saying, that it is just so frustrating going to London and there's a bus every 20 seconds and then coming back to Yorkshire, and if you go to the theatre in Leeds, you can't actually get home to Batley on a bus. But I do agree that there's an opportunity with Transport for the North that we could make a really big noise about this, because it's not just about having the money, it's having the will, and it's having the power also to bring what we need, what we know we need, that infrastructure. And the Labour Party are committed to building that infrastructure to make the North as powerful as we could be. And Brexit could be an opportunity for that, to get that money coming not into London, but coming into the regions, because it is galling that on a percentage basis, it's 1 to 10 money spent in London versus money spent in the North. And those Pacer trains are an absolute killer, and every constituent I have who commutes tells me that they stand most days, and most days there is a cancellation on the line. So our life wouldn't be improved by 20 minutes faster to London, but it would be improved if we could get a quicker journey to Leeds-Bradford Airport, maybe, or or between Hull and Liverpool. That would be fantastic. Crossrail for the North.
Madeleine Kay.
I think HS2 is another fantastic example of the sort of Westminster-centric, London-centric funding in this country. The HS2 was supposed to be a project that is about bringing investment to the north and developing the economy in the north. Yet, if you look at the construction, the overspend in the south, which is putting something like 25% of the railway track through tunnels to avoid the local communities, means that there is now not enough money to fund the northern half of it. And something like 2% is going through tunnels, and it's being driven through local communities that don't want it. That it's the government's now having to buy housing estates that have been newly constructed in order to basically drive the train tracks through there. And I think I'd like to reiterate what Marnie was saying, is that HS2 is not value for money, and it's not actually going to help alleviate the inequality in the UK.
Thank you very much. the person over there on the left-hand side. Yes, with the spec.
Yeah, it would be nice if instead of sort of concentrating investment in the south in HSs and Crossrails, that we could get a bit more in the north and maybe replace our 40-year-old metro trains that don't work.
So, you were drowned out by the applause. You could get more what?
Our metro trains are 40 years old and they just don't work, and there's nothing to replace them. And
Okay.
Yeah.
And the man on the far right there, you, sir, in the...
Right.
Yes.
My point basically is this, you know, the talk of we need to improve our economy, etc., and this needs infrastructure. What I'd like to know is, when are we going to get some infrastructure investment in our neck of the woods?
Yes.
Because we're not getting it.
Yeah, I agree with you.
If you compare the spend per capita in London at over £5,000 in comparison with up here where it's £223.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. I'm not against HS2, for example, but it is absolutely a southerner's idea of what's good for the north. Yes, you know, if only we could get to London a little bit quicker, then our lives would be fulfilled. The reality is that it will take me longer tonight to get home to South Lakes, to the South Cumbria, than it would if I was going back down to London. And that's an absolute outrage. East-west connectivity is absolutely crucial.